Hi, I'm Vince. Today, I will show you the power of AI tools to generate codes using Amazon CodeWhisperer. I have created here as a basic UI for registration and login. So this doesn't have any back-end coding yet, and we will use CodeWhisperer to create the back-end functions to make this functional. Okay, so let's get started. So this is made from Angular. So I can show you. I'll put up this one. So this is the code using Angular, and I'm using VS Code as my IDE. So first, let us turn on the Code Whisperer. So to turn on Code Whisperer, you just need to go to extension, look for AWS component toolkit, and then install it. So I have already installed my AWS toolkit, and it's now on my side panel here. So you'll see here the AWS logo, and I have to sign in because I just signed out for demonstration. So let me sign in now. Yeah, here. So when you sign in, you this is a free tool, so you can just click on this Amazon Q plus Code Whisperer, and okay, follow the instruction. Okay, so it will open the Amazon Builder. Yeah, you just need to authorize it. And yeah, use my email, typing my password, and the sign in. Okay, so this is free, so you can register your own AWS Builder ID, so that you can use the Amazon Code Whisperer. Okay, I will use Firebase as my data provider, and also use Firebase for authentication. So to install Firebase, we need to, I have here a snippet of installing. So we'll use npm install Firebase to install the module on our application. And then while it's installing, let's go to my Firebase and show you some setup that you need to do. So this is my Firebase. Okay. So I have a list of projects here. So I'm using Angular Firebase TTI sample. And here I have to enable the authentication and select what authentication provider I will use. So for our demo, we will be using the email password provider and Google plugin for third-party login. Right. So there are other, you can enable more provider here. Yeah, in sign-on method. Yeah, so you can enable your Facebook login or Microsoft login or Twitter login. But for this demo, I will just use Google. Okay, so now that I turned it on, then next is I'll go back to the project settings and copy the configuration. So this is the configuration for my Firebase. And I'll paste it on my environment variable. Let's go to my environment variable here. Okay, I already have Firebase property here. So I just paste it inside the property. Okay, and those are my settings. Okay, now that I already set up the properties or the settings for my Firebase, next is we will need to introduce it to our module. I already have added the necessary imports that we need to use to initialize our Firebase service. So these are the imports that we need, and then these are the initialize that we need to add, which reads our Firebase settings. Okay, after that, we will need to generate our service, our authentication service, which will be our core logic to handle all the authentication processes using Firebase. So to create a service class in Angular, so we will use the command ng for generate service, and then the path. So I have created already one, which is auth service under the services folder. So see here, I already have an auth service class. And we will also need guards. So guard will be used for controlling access. So that we can secure the dashboard, so the user cannot go to the dashboard without logging in or register. Or we can also automate user when user access login page and they are already authenticated, then we can redirect them directly to the dashboard. So let's create two guard classes, so which we will implement code later. So let's first generate them. Okay, so we have ng generate guard for our outer pages. I just can activate. Okay, then another one for securing the inner pages. Okay, I'll explain later what's the purpose of this as we use it on the route module. Let us start now writing some code on our auth service. So from here, we'll need to put the necessary imports to include all the functions that we need from Firebase auth. So I have already a snippet here. I'll just need to copy paste here. Okay, there. And then we will need to initialize, set up the event for authentic state change. So let me just copy the one I have here. Okay. So this one is the attaching event to the auth state change. So one trick that I can share with you is, if you don't know what's the code, you can just ask Amazon Q. So if I highlight this part, and then I can ask explain the selected code. So it will try to understand what you have written here and give you some narratives about what it is. So here, so it's explaining that it calls on auth state change on the Firebase auth instance, parsing a callback. So yeah, great. So if you don't know what you have written, then you can ask Amazon Q about that. Okay. But this is just a standard function that we will need to attach an event to the auth state change, so we can capture if a user has logged in, then we will store the user data into the local storage. And if a user logs out, then we will delete the user from the local storage. Okay? So that's now let's try writing more codes using CodeWhisperer. So if you'll see here, I hit enter. It's already giving me suggestions on what to write next, since it knows that I'm writing an auth service. So it tries to think what functions you might need to create this auth service, right? So I don't. Let's start by calling the get user. So let me put comment get user. Okay. Okay, so let's go back here. User data. Okay, so by just adding comment and then hitting enter, it will already know what method you want to write. Let me do that again. Yeah. So get user data. Then just hit tab. Okay. So you'll see here, it picks up user from the local storage, right? But if you don't like this way, there's another way, like getting it from the auth class. So I don't want this line that he has suggested, and instead I'll be using this that auth that current user. Okay. Okay. So next is let's create a sign in. Yeah, you see it already knows what you're thinking here. So I wanna create a sign in with email and password, and as I hit enter, it already suggests the method body that I need to use. So let's accept that by clicking tab, and then as I hit enter again, it will give me the next method that I might need, which is correct. I want to sign up with email and password. Hit enter, and then it suggests the sign up method, and then keeps going on. And yeah, the next is CodeWhisperer wants to implement a sign out method. Okay, so let's do that. Implement the sign out, yeah, by calling the sign out from the auth service. Okay, then yeah, next is send email verification. Yep, let's use that. Okay. And also the body for that. Okay, so we'll just correct later what are those errors. So next is send password reset email. Okay, so it's now writing without me typing anything. So Google sign in. Yep. Okay, so it's using the Google Auth provider, which what we really want. Okay, there. So that's the end of it. So the CodeWhisperer implemented already the basic function that we need for the auth service. But of course, we cannot trust what CodeWhisperer has suggested us. So we need to still do a code review. So like, for example, this send email verification, there's a error here. And this the send email verification is expecting a user, and current user here is any type. So we'll just need to box it as user. So it accepts this one. And then let's go one line by line here. With the sign in, we want user to redirect to the dashboard page on a successful sign in. So we will need to use then then let's see if the intelligence, yeah, the CodeWhisperer already suggested this one. Let's accept. Okay, so it modifies my sign in now that it will redirect to the dashboard. Okay, that's good. And we also want to save the result to the user data, and then put the result in here. Okay, same thing with the sign up, but with the sign up we also want user to verify their email when they register with their email and password. So we will need to call the send email verification before redirecting them to the dashboard. So let's do that. Put a 10 here. Okay, so it has copied this one, but unfortunately this is wrong. the result any should be inside this then, and also I need to put it outside the ng zone. Let's correct that one as well. So you see here that CodeWhisperer is still a dummy tool, so we still need to correct what it is trying to suggest. Okay, and we want to call the verification. Okay, no result. Okay, and then for sign out, we want to navigate the user in logout page. Login page. Okay, let's accept, but yeah, we don't need to do this because it's already the event from our constructor. Okay, let's just remove this one. There. Okay. For Google sign-in as well, we also want to redirect them to the dashboard after successful sign-in with Google. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay. What else do we miss? Okay, so probably let's put some basic catch for our login and register for if they have invalid email and password, so we can catch it using catch method. Let's just use Windows Alert to send the alert message. Okay. Okay, so yeah, too many codes, you don't need them all, you just need to pop up an alert. Let's do this the same in the sign up page. Okay. Is this correct? Okay. Okay, so we're done with our auth service. We can now go ahead modify our guard. So the guard will secure our pages. So we have two guards here. One that will redirect user to the login page when they are not yet logged in, and then one that redirects to the dashboard when they are already authenticated and they try to go to the login or register page. Okay, so for the auth guard that we created here, we will use this to navigate user to the dashboard page if they are already authenticated. So let's put it inside here, and we can the CodeWhisperer should be able to also check what we want to do. Yep. Okay, so I forgot one thing. We will need to create another method in our service that tells if a user is logged in. So going back to auth service, I'll be adding another is login method. So let's try to force the word CodeWhisperer. Again. Okay, so there it already suggests me the code that I need. Do this one. Let's double check. It checks the local storage. If it's null, then it will return false. And if it's not verified, yep. Okay, so that's good enough. Then we can use that now on our guard and tell here that if a user is logged in, then we will need to redirect them to the dashboard. So let's inject first our auth service. Okay. Let's make it private. Okay, then we'll check here. There. So it already suggested some code here. Okay. But I don't want everything. So you'll see here there's also some suggestions here. Okay. But what I want is just the first two lines. So let's just tab and then delete the rest. Okay. So what I want to do here is if a user is logged in, then I want user to be redirected to the dashboard page. Okay, so what we need to do here is to check is logged in. Yeah, it's a method. If it's logged in, first to true. Service, why is it red? Okay, so we don't need the parentheses here. Okay, so if it's true, okay, if it's true, then we navigate to the dashboard. Okay, so we need to expose a router here. So we can navigate. Okay. So let's navigate to this router. Navigate to dashboard, correct. Okay. And then for the inner pages, if the user is not logged in, then we push them back to the to the login page. Okay, so let's see some suggestion here. Okay, so it has already suggested, but because I haven't injected the auth service, the CodeWhisperer did not know that I can use the auth service for checking. So let's introduce first the auth service here. Auth service. And also the router. Okay. And apparent early braces, and then let's see what will CodeWhisperer suggests. Okay, there. So it already suggests the same thing that we already have written on the other guard. And let's just accept this one. But instead, we will need to reverse the logic here that if it's not logged in, then we will redirect them to sign in. Okay, great. Then let's remove some codes that are Not needed. Great. Okay. Okay, let's now use our guard to our routing module. So here are the routes and we want to secure them using the guard. So for sign in, we want to use the auth guard. So this can activate using auth guard. Okay. And then register, yep, let's just copy, it's the same. Okay, and then for dashboard, can activate using secured inner page. Yeah, there. Okay, so now our pages are secured. Let's try it. Okay, open this one. Okay, so you see here, if I try to navigate to dashboard, yeah, it just keep push me back to the sign in page. Okay, so now let's implement the buttons here. Okay, so we already have the register because it's just a link. Okay, we have the send email here for the reset password, yeah, which is doesn't have any security. So let's implement the login and the Google clicks. So it's easy as just exposing or injecting the auth service to the component. So going to the sign in component, okay, here, let's introduce first the auth service. Auth service. Okay. And so import, did not import. Okay, there. And then from the HTML, we will need to add the click button for the sign in. Where is the button? Submit this one button. So let's just implement a click equals to auth service that sign in. Okay, so that's the problem here. CodeWhisperer cannot infer if it's on HTML, so we have to manually now add the parameters. So our sign in method accepts two parameter, yeah, which is the email and the password. Okay, so we'll need to pass it from the elements. So we have two elements here. The username element here. So we should pass it here, username, that value, and the password, user password, that value. Okay, and then for the Google login, okay, so we simply call the click was auth service that, what's the name? Google sign in, to be sure. Okay, that's all that we need, and let's check the page. Okay, so here I don't have any email yet, so this one will throw an error, yep, that the username and password doesn't exist, invalid email. And then let's try using Google Sign In here. So if I click Google Sign In, it opens the Google login, and can select my Google account. And there, so it goes directly now to dashboard. So now that I'm authenticated, even now if I go to sign in, it will push me back to the dashboard because of the guard that we implemented. Okay, so from the dashboard, let's implement the logout. So this one doesn't have function. So it's simple. We go to the logout page. From dashboard page, component, and then introduce our auth service. Okay, let's make this public. Okay, and then go to the HTML, look for the logout button there, and implement the click here. Auth service that logout. Let's just make sure the correct case. Logout. Sign out. Okay, so that's why we're checking it. Sign up. Okay. And also, I have commented some section here where it displays the user information. So let me just uncomment this one. Okay, so what it does is it will show me the photo and the display name that it picks up from the Google account. So if I refresh the page there, great. So it already displays my username and email is verified. And then if I click log out, I'm back to sign in. Okay. So again, just try to push it to the dashboard and it won't go there. Let's implement the register here. Okay, so 2 buttons to implement. Same thing as login. Go to register, sign up. Introduce auth service. Public auth service. Wrong spelling. Service. Okay. Then go to the HTML page. Look for the register. Okay, here's the register. Implement the click button. Auth service that sign up. And let's double check spelling. Sign up. Okay, correct. So email and password. Going back to sign up. Email is user email. So email that value and the password. Password that value. Okay, that's it. And then also the Google click here. Click equals, and then I'm so forgetful. So the Google sign in is this one. Go back to the sign up. Okay, and call the class auth service. Okay, great. So let's go back to our register. Okay, we have now our register. Let's try info. Let's try test email at tech taxi because I have the catch all one. And register. Okay, so it redirects me to the sign-in because my email account is not yet verified. So if I go to my email, okay, so from my email, this is what I received, the verification that's coming from the Firebase. So if I verify that, just try to remember my email. Okay, verified. Okay, now verified. Go back to the app that I have. Log in with the test email that I created. And password. There, so it has created my profile here for email and password. Okay, so I think that ends my tutorial. So we have completed the login page, the register, the securing the dashboard page, so no one can go in without logging in first. There are a lot of AI tools there, like Copilot from GitHub. So they serve the same purpose. But these AI tools are just as good as their master. So they cannot replace developers. So nothing to be afraid of. They won't go beyond what developers know. So as you can see, I still need to correct some of the code that was generated. The good thing about this is it's free for now. So let's take advantage of that and be more productive by focusing on complex problem and leaving this repetitive and trivial coding to the AI tools. Right, so that's it, and thank you for watching, and see you on my next tutorial.